introduction thing. It's quick, might be like 30 seconds, but it'd be like a little moving picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be like, it'd be like God. How she have. Well, hers is kind of like that. Once you have God, but she's like God smack me. You know what I'm saying? That's what hers is. So it's pretty. It's pretty smooth. Yeah, I like her visuals on that stuff too. It's
Man, they are jamming, ain't they?
Yeah, it's pretty smooth. It's psychedelic, but it's cool, man.
Yeah, I really enjoy her work, man. She is
Yeah.
very creative,
Yeah, that's cool, man.
The stuff she be doing. So
yeah,
definitely glad to have on the team. So we're gonna flash your background for a hot second. We're gonna do a quick mic check again.
Okay.
Let me do it the right way so I can make sure there's nothing I need to adjust.
Yeah.
Let me do this one time. Because I'm not a big fan of the headphones on, but let me at least put them on and check sound.
Okay.
Let me do that right quick. And then we're going to get this party started, sir, because I know you got somewhere to be.
Yeah, I got to put my counselor hat on, man, for a minute.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you putting your counseling hat on right now, too.
Yeah, man, it's always on, man. It never stops, man. Yeah.
Well, that is your calling.
Yeah, but I had needed me a break, man. I realized I work 8 days, man, 7 days a week almost, man. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
sound
I get
good over here.
Yeah, sound good. Good, also, man.
Let me give you a little bit more volume. Give me a mic check.
Mic check. Mic check.
No, tilt it like this.
Like this way. Okay.
Yeah, just like that.
All right.
All right. Go again.
Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check.
Mic check. Mic check.
Sound good.
Sounds good. Good.
Good.
All right.
All right. We're finna roll this.
All right.
This party. Turn that down. All right, Mr. Warner.
You check yours. Was yours good?
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good. I'm good over here. We're going to see what this party looks like, man. We're going to bring this on in. Your introduction, of course, your show.
Okay. No, you ready, man?
I'm going to just be over here getting some therapy today.
Okay.
Since
All
we
right.
was talking about some other stuff yesterday.
Yeah, man. We kind of get whatever, man, whatever going on.
Need you to earn this money, sir.
I hear you.
All righty.
I hear you.
All right, so we're going to start it now. Let's go. And like I said, we're just going to let it go for about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Then we're going to bring you in first. And then we're going to bring us both in. And we're going to roll like that, sir. All right. You got to introduce yourself now.
All right. Ready?
Ready to go.
All right. Welcome to the meal with Warner B on Godsmack Media. Okay. I'm here to serve meals. This is here meals for my family. So I'm here with my guy Pertis. We're here today. We're just talking about some real stuff. You know what I'm saying? The meals. We're talking about mental health. We're talking about self-care. We're talking about addiction. We talk about relationship. And so I call it the meal is because, when you think about meal, you think about eating something with your family, people you care about. So we're here to talk about real stuff. And the goal is eliminating the stigma of counseling. So this is for educational purposes. If you have any kind of thing that's really going on, please use your community mental health. Reach out to them. It's every community. We have a community mental health. We have crisis lines. So if you got something that's really going on, doing it. And when we get the number up, you're going to be able to call in and we're going to be able to give you some information. So it's about educational process. But we're talking about real stuff here because a lot of us are suffering in silence. And so a lot of us don't have the money to go to counseling and don't want to utilize those things or want to deal with the stigma. So it's some good information talked about. So we talk about everything. We talk about community stuff. And so it's from a mental health perspective, but also from Pertis, his lived experiences. So getting into it today, we're finna get into it. So Pertis, what's going on, man?
Man, for me, everything going on. But
Okay.
I'm over here also working as
Okay.
we're doing this because this is an introduction to the new studio, and I'm extremely happy to do that.
Yeah.
Thank you again for being our first podcast,
right.
outside of my own,
Right.
for us here at Godsmack Visual Media.
Right.
Very excited about that.
Yeah,
but
man.
you know me, man. We were talking about real topics today.
Right. Right. Right.
And since we're talking about mental health, I don't want to let the people wait too long about getting into the subject.
Okay.
So, I mentioned what I learned about the elders recently.
Okay. Okay.
And I saw this video. Of course, like we're doing here, educating. I think this person was doing some educational stuff for us. So she was saying there's 2 reasons elders repeat themselves. And she said one of those reasons is they are trying to stay relevant.
Okay.
They used to be the life of the party. They used to be involved in everything, going to work, hanging with the kids, picking the kids up from school, making sure dinner's ready. And now they're retired and their life is pretty limited. So they're telling you the same thing over and over again, maybe 5 and 6 times. But it's more to the degree where they're trying to, just stay in the conversation, kind of just be a part of life still.
Right.
And when I was listening to that dude, and, she said the other reason being dementia. But, man, when I was listening to that, I was like, wow, dude, how did I missed that, because being honest, that's what we doing is we can't help ourselves if we lying, right?
Right.
So
hey.
I'm honest. I'm like, I've been frustrated having someone repeat themselves over and over again to me. And my elders, I'd be like, didn't I just say that?
Yeah.
I wasn't educated on this.
Right. So clarify elders like Pertis for like our readers who don't call or maybe refer to that name when you were saying elder. So that so if we got groups that don't really just refer to that name as elders.
I'm gonna take it past elders though.
Okay.
Because when I was thinking about it, it actually went past elders. Because I said if it affects elders, it can affect just regular people too.
Regular people, right? People that in respectful positions, people who are in a position a little bit older. And elders, anybody kind of anybody who's older than us, right?
That's what we call them, anyway. But is that fair to say elders? That's kind of. I think we gotta quit labeling people too, man. I think we starting to use the words that everybody else done used on us, and we think it's okay. Yeah. And maybe we need to reconsider, making some changes and categorizing everything to be so same. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's what we might need to get away from that so same attitude. But back to the point was so maybe not elders, but people themselves are starting to go through things. Are we having a situation over here?
We're losing the power.
No, she looked like she's doing good. Okay. She said she's good.
Well, it kind of sounds like the word maybe honor, man. I think that's the biggest thing. I think when you say elder and that thing being, I think is the honor. I think we have a lot of time. I think there's a loss of that for our the people who've been before us, went before us.
You think we losing honor for them?
I think not losing honor. I think it's not there. It's not shown, and it's not saying that we don't. I don't think that we don't dishonor them. I think the fact that we just don't honor them. You know what I'm saying? Like we should. Yeah. I'm not saying that you don't honor your parents and something like that. I think that what happened is that I think we talked about it before. Life is so much now kind of person centered. Toward us. We're all about doing the things that's kind of doing us. And like I said before, a lot of time when you're doing you, the world is doing everything else. It's doing your children, it's doing your parents, it's doing everything else. You know what I'm saying? And so we kind of not, we losing those things. We lose out on all that. That's just my opinion of that. I think that when we're so focused on what's going on, we're not able to do that. And that's the thing that's so great about counseling is because for that 45, 50 minutes, that person is focused entirely on you. Right. And so and that's one of the things I like now is what Congress has enacted for more people to be able to get in and get care. So a lot of the older people in their 60s are able to use Medicare for counseling, to talk to, because a lot of times they're not able to talk to because guess what? I'm busy with my kids, my job. I might have a second job. I'm taking my children to all these things like that. And guess what? With grandma and grandpa and everybody else, guess what happened? They kind of getting pushed to the back.
You got to excuse me. I'm over here trying to fix a problem.
Yeah, I got
you did hear it beeping, so I had to make sure I jump on in and get it. But okay, so that insensitive thing that I felt.
Okay.
You know, if I felt like I was insensitive.
Okay.
You know, it was like because of my lack of knowledge, because of my ignorance about the reasons people repeat themselves, especially when they get older. It didn't allow me to be respectful of that weakness. I have a good memory. I heard you. I'll say that a lot. You know what I'm saying? I tell people, I heard you. You ain't got to tell me again. You know, quit trying to quit repeating yourself to me. You know, so when, and something I realized is I don't like repeating myself.
Okay.
So when you add that into, you don't like repeating yourself, to the fact that you don't know, a lot of people don't have good memories, because a lot of times, you know how we say you're a reflection of the other person or whatever? No, you're not always a reflection. You're not the same thing that you know, you might see, they say you see your illness or your weakness in them. That ain't always the case. You know, so I think a lot of people have good memories. I don't know that they don't. So I'll spend a lot of time saying stuff one time, and I keep it moving. And I don't. And then next time I see you and you don't remember it, I'm like, "What's wrong with you? I told you this already. So you got a problem or something? Is you ignorant?"
So I got two things on that, man. One of it is the word empathy, man. And we can I'll come back to that. One word, empathy. So remember that.
Yeah.
And the second thing,
I'm learning that word.
When you're talking about, and the second thing is you think about it in the classroom setting, right?
Yeah.
You ever been in the classroom and you got things easy, and there was another kid in the classroom that wasn't able to get things easy, and you're mad at him, right? You're like, hey, I'm tired of doing this. We need to go on over to the next thing because I'm tired of this, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But there's another kid in there, man. If he don't hear it over again, then guess what? He'll never get it. I was that kid when we was in the algebra class. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a difference. And what we're doing, we expect our normal to be everybody else to have our normal.
Right.
So because my memory is good and I don't like repeating myself, I don't realize that somebody else might need that. Because guess what? We all learn different. And that's the empathy part. And we don't, and the thing about that, what empathy is, I ain't mean to cut y'all, man, is that guess what? We don't have to do it. We get to choose. We don't. Empathy is something that's a choice. I can choose never to listen. It's like if you're a husband and you never listen to your wife, it's fine. You'll be fine with that. But guess what? Most of the time, you won't stay married long. Because somebody else is going to listen to them. Somebody else is going to do it. And eventually, what's going to happen, they're going to stop talking to you. Because what happened is that you have to choose that. And so you have to choose to be empathetic. You have to choose to be, to honor. Because we can always choose not to honor. We can always choose, because we always bring it back to choice, because choice is the simplest thing is that, but if I don't know about it, I have to do it. And so what happened is you have became educated about this now, and so now you're able to empathize.
Yeah, I'm 50 years old. It's kind of
like
you learning at 50-something. Right. You wish you knew.
Right. Because guess what?
20-something.
And Pertis, you're going to be that guy one day. You're going to be the elder, man. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to want somebody to listen to you, man. You're going to want somebody to listen to you. And guess what?
You're right about that.
And I'm going to tell you a good example, man. I work with a lot of older people. And guess what? When I work with them, man, because guess what now? Everything is, we talked about before, everything's on the computer now. So like when we do our paychecks and all that stuff like that, we sign our things online. We go and we make all our bank stuff online. Everything we do is online. And an older person, a lot of times you talk to them, they don't want to do anything because they think they're going to blow the world up if they hit the button wrong.
Man.
And people are so impatient with them.
And man, we have to, I got a whole part of Project Humanity that is designed for elder care, which I should know better than anybody. I wrote, okay, so this is me being honest again, though. Okay, so I should know better because I wrote the plans that talk about caring about the elders. Here's the thing. The details of the plan, I know. The therapy part of it, all these layers.
Right.
I depend on people to teach me those. That's why I go to therapy.
Right.
And that's why I seek the information. And that's why God keep putting it in my face too.
Right.
It's not like I'm not learning it.
Right.
It's not like it's not available to me.
Right. So what's the part? It's the application, right?
It's the seeking part. Once you start flowing in the direction of information or desire to know,
right,
it's going to come to you. is what I believe.
And but you also got to apply it, Pertis. So once you get it, you can have all the information, right? I can teach you how to mow a lawn. You can go and study about lawn care. But if you never get out of bed, cut that lawnmower on, or push that weed eater, man, or guess what? It doesn't matter. It's a waste of information. So you got to get out there. Same way you with this thing right here. Guess what? You had a plan for this studio. You wanted to do it, but guess what? You had to come put some work in.
Man, did I?
And guess what? It was uncomfortable when you first started. Because guess what?
Actually, I'm gonna say. It was not
because you wanted to do it, but but you was tired. Were your body not tired, man?
Not really.
You weren't tired. Well, you were floating on endorphins then, man. Maybe
I'm a very special kind of lazy. I really depend on God a lot to do the heavy lifting part. I just kind of supply the body to be the hands, and feet. That's it. Yeah, but as far as the thing I've learned is. Planning and strategy trumps heavy lifting by yourself.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
I say let God do the heavy lifting. And that's why I sit back a lot of times and people will say, he ain't did nothing in a minute. Yes, he did. He was praying and meditating.
Yeah. Hey, you planning, man.
So, I was asking for direction.
Right.
And what I thought might have took hours or days or even a month, man, I'll pray and meditate about it and won't do nothing for a week. And I mean, nothing for a week. And then God will show me something and be like, do this, this, and this, and that whole project is done.
Quick.
Yeah, the whole project done. And that's what I try to tell people is you should try this. It actually says it in the Bible to test me and see, when I open them floodgates. It don't say, believe in yourself. So I tested it and it worked. And since God is undefeated, I said, well, until it fails, this is what I shall do.
You're gonna do it.
And since God is undefeated, this ain't gonna fail.
It's working, man. If it's working, why change it?
Yeah, why mess with something that's working?
Well, that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. So when you say it was a hard work, I think it was harder to separate. From the situation.
From what you know,
because we do mental health.
Right.
This is what we doing.
Yeah.
There were feelings attached to that situation. A lot of caring went into that.
So as a counsel, I'm asking you right here, have you dealt with it, sir?
Made an attempt on my end, yes. Always reaching out. Always. I always reach back out no matter what.
I'm talking about for you now. So is your counsel? I'm saying have you dealt with how you feel about it? I'm saying I know you did that part. Have you dealt how you feel about it? How I feel? Because that's what's important to me as a counselor. You're a counselor, right? I want to know that are you okay? Because what happened, man, that's important.
No, I ain't okay, man. If that's what you want to ask, no. Well, I don't like losing people, man.
Yeah, hey, man, and that's that's our humanity, man.
Yeah, I don't care for our separation and our division, our inabilities to talk. Yeah.
But what we talk about, right, all we can do is give another person information. And so now I got to deal with the fact that guess what? Everybody's not going to be the same way I am. And that's hard, man, sometimes.
Well, is it that you really want them to be the same? I can't learn nothing from me.
Yeah, but you know what happens?
You can't teach me nothing.
Yeah, but sometimes you had to get another teacher, man. You had to have a willing teacher.
Me can't teach me nothing. So I'm very, very big on having somebody talk. Give me some information.
Well, the Bible said about counselors. He said you're supposed to have, but you know what it says too? He said you're supposed to have many counselors. So guess what? You need to have many counselors because guess what? Some of the counselors might fall through. And if I got other counselors, guess what? Sometimes that's what a mutual fund is. The reason mutual funds are successful because it's a chair with like thousands of legs on it.
And I think that's the part I'm talking about is the counselors that are say available.
Yeah, man. We got to be available. So guess what? You're a counselor now.
No,
so you got to be available. Yeah, you are. A counselor is just somebody who got some, guess what? You're a counselor. Because you know why you're a counselor? Because you got some what? You got a lived experience, man. You don't have to have I ain't saying you're a mental health counselor. I ain't saying you're a counselor.
Okay, and I agree. As an elder, I'm an elder to myself, I guess. At 50, I think that's
so a 20-year-old guy can learn something from you, right?
Yes.
He's a young man, and you've been 20, you've been 30, and you've been 40. So guess what?
I don't think it's an age limit on who I can't teach.
Right, but it's the most definitely can teach those, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Because as a young man, you guess what? You've made some mistakes. You learn some things. You learn some things. As a father growing up, man, I didn't have a good example on certain things, but I did know to be opposite. I didn't like when my daddy didn't apologize. So guess what? I said, I need to be more apologetic. I didn't like when, my dad talked crazy to my mama. So guess what? I'm not going to talk crazy to my wife. I learned to be opposite of that. You know what I'm saying? And I also learned some things too. He was a studious guy, so I learned, hey, I need to be studious, man. I want to be, because I realized that he was respected because of that thing. And guess what? I wanted to be respected, so I learned from that. But it's still a choice, right? I can choose to learn and just say everything concerning my dad is bad. You know what I'm saying? But I also can learn, same way you learned some good things maybe from your old experience. Also, the one relationship you lost some good things. You learned some things that you didn't want to do. Yeah. You also learned some things that, guess what, that you was inspired to do as well, right?
And the inspiration part is, I guess, what we try to, I guess.
I'm sorry to tell you this. Gotcha, man. Put your little counseling on right there.
Yeah. I saw you did that. And I'm not saying I'm very happy about
That's
it.
all right. That's all right.
Y'all had that tendency of showing out every once in a while.
I care for him, man. I care for him. I want to be taken care of.
They say they care.
I do, man. I do, man. I care for him, man. Want you to taken care of, man. Yeah.
But definitely, dude. The growth from that situation, tremendous. Undeniable.
Right.
I'm trying to fix these cameras because it's like I'm looking the wrong way at you right now.
Yeah.
But undeniable growth from that. Right. And it's what you say. You wish you could do something again. You wish you could. I wish I could redo that. I messed up. How many people say they messed up? That's a rarity in itself. Sometimes you don't get a chance to go back and make and correct errors.
Right.
That's just how life is. Okay, I think I got it fixed to where I'm gonna look the right way now. And it don't look crazy.
Yeah, but you can learn. You learn from it though, man.
Yeah,
it's a learning experience, and then you think about growth, man. Growth sometimes hurts. You think about when you was young. Mama, my head hurt. Mama, my knees hurt. She's like, baby, them growing pain. You just growing.
Yeah.
And sometimes, man, growing is painful. Because somebody's stretching you out. You're somebody, they got this surgery they do on your knees. If you can go in there, if you want to have longer legs, it's your shin. They're taking and stretch your shins out. People who want to be taller.
Now,
you know what I'm saying?
To do?
I don't know, man. It's a lot of them do it, man.
Who do that?
They do it. It is amazing to watch, man. I watched several documentaries on it. It's crazy, man. But they going through a extreme amount of pain, man, because they had to turn this thing on their leg so often. But you know what? It's a price they pay for that growth, man. And it's the same way it is in life, man.
I'm just saying you kind of threw me off just a second ago with that. Bringing counseling into this.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man. But you know what? Sometimes we gotta get what we can get it at.
Hey, something, dude.
I gotta get you in, man. Because I know what to do. You know what you did? You did that classic man thing. You said about something else, but you forgot about you. And so the most important person is the counselor, man.
I tell you, the things you be signing up for, you signing yourself up for to do a show on. You right? Hey.
Amen.
But something, that's the thing about this is it's real. Yeah. It's real talk. Like we have to address these things. We gotta say, something hurt me.
Yeah.
I'm going through something. I'm dealing with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And these recent learnings, crazy examples given. And I'll bring that dog up right quick. So, I'm sitting up here like, the reason I'm in therapy. But again, trying to get these issues fixed, get back on track, get back. I ain't going to say get back out there because now all you got to do swipe left, swipe right. You don't even have to go nowhere. They didn't destroy it. To me, I don't even know how to deal with that. I hadn't even attempted to do the swiping yet. Yeah, I'm kind of like, right now, I'm in therapy anyway.
Right.
I don't deserve to be out there.
That's a whole nother topic, man. The virtual world and
we ain't
get into all that.
We ain't gonna address that.
Yeah, it's real, and it's And I think the life is going. It's like those movies, man. Where you see what people like. Do you want to say something? You picking up. It's something, man. Yeah, and I can get into it, man, because it's the same way in real life. It's wild, man. So yeah.
Yeah, for me, that's we're gonna wait. We ain't in no hurry for that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
whole nother world.
So the coming into the therapy part is like being able to be comfortable enough to do what we doing.
Right.
Like, I'm not just in here and we just having a blue, wada, yada, yada conversation.
Right.
I'm like, you really be hitting me.
Yeah.
Because I said when we talk about it, I want to be real with it.
Right.
Because how are people gonna even attempt to take us serious or take therapy serious?
Right.
Forget us. There's 1,000 people out here trying to do a therapy show,
right.
and they out here, but they ain't talking about they self. Like you just did me.
Yeah.
You just really just did what we said we were gonna do.
Right.
Because I almost had a little tear in my eye over here for a second. Because it was caught.
Well, lost.
Sometimes we forget what we agree to,
and it's not easy. It's like it ain't easy. It's like death, man. No matter what you do, guess what? My grandma could be, suffering, and I know every day she might pass, but when she passed, it's still gonna hit me because we're never ready for that. So we're never ready to deal with hard things, man. And that's the same way. Not only just mental health, man, relational stuff, man. Hey, I gotta admit that. Guess what? I think that it's not gonna work out, man. That's hard, man. That's a little death. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? It's still a death. Even when my kids leave, that's a death. And sometimes you have to deal with things in reality of it. Like when my wife, when my son, when my youngest son left, he was my last children out of 3 to leave. It was an empty nest, man. So guess what? It's a little death because guess what? Our whole life for 20-something years, man, that was what our life existed around.
Right. And
so it was like a little death, man. We had to realize that, hey, our life has to change now. And so now we got to discover each other. So it's a whole process because what happened is some of our identity had died. We were still going to be parents, but we weren't parents in that same sense that we always had been. And
now
so
that right there is shockingly hurtful to hear.
Yeah, it's different, man. It's a process, man.
And how many people go through that and don't really go get help or talk to anybody. Right. And here's a question I got for you as a therapist. Did you see a therapist?
I didn't see a therapist. Man.
So you fix yourself.
I did what I did. I had to go deep.
I'm gonna have to tell you.
I didn't fix myself.
You go see a therapist.
You're right. I do need to see one. And guess who get the less therapists most of the time?
Who do they have the least?
Very few.
Who fixed their car the least?
The car man.
And that's kind of strange. So the things that we can do are the things we don't do for ourselves, we do for everybody else.
Right. You think about cooks. Most cooks don't go home and cook food. They go to fast food restaurant, man. They don't do self-care, man, and they need it. Because what happened is that you do so much therapy. What happened, man, is empathetic. You don't realize it's like every day you ran miles, man. Because guess what? I'm living your share. If I care about you, when you tell me you hurt, then guess what? I take part of your hurt in with me as well. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, like I said last week, I said I need to take off, man. I need some self-care because I realized that I counsel all day, man, and then I work in addiction, and addiction is really draining because the success rate is really low. So counseling period is low in success rate because people, the change part. But then you put addiction into it, it's even half of that. And
now,
so
I'm about to jump into this conversation right here, brother.
Okay.
Because the success rate is important to me. It is it has always been something I was like, we need to address that.
Okay.
And what I mean when I say we need to address that, I'm like, there's help out there. Okay. And there are people who are very good at that help.
Okay.
You know that.
Right.
They are very good at offering that type of assistance to people.
Okay.
But they are in what I like to call hiding, so to speak. They want to stay under the radar. So we just say anonymous.
Okay.
So they don't want anyone to know who they are, what they doing, how they did it.
Right.
And we both know these are some of the best people in the world when it comes to anything, really, because they kind of got to live an honest life in order to maintain their sobriety.
Right.
They have to do right things because they'll tell you when you start sinning, you start drinking. So it's like the best people that I've ever met. Because I've seen them fall down, get back up, say I'm sorry. I've seen them watch you fall down and say, hey, brother, I failed before. Get on up. Come on back. Don't stay away.
Yeah.
Just because you failed, come on back.
Right.
They didn't judge you or nothing. They talk about you. They real with you.
Yeah.
But they were lovingly or sarcastically embracing.
But honestly,
The best people to help outside of that, say, fortress of solitude.
Okay.
You know, they hide and they don't, because the way the world is, and I think, and that's another reason why I'm like, want to do this, right? What we doing is because if we can bring enough awareness to these situations, especially the one that we're talking about, as far as addiction is concerned, maybe these people will not be anonymous anymore, but will step up and say, hey, you know what? We are really the best at this. We the best at fixing this. We ain't nobody better at saving lives and has a better record if you take the shame part out. If you take that stigma out of this, if you remove that stigma from people being ashamed to say I drank too much and I needed help. I did some drugs after my brother died and I needed some help.
Right.
If people are not ashamed, my mama died and I took too many pills, you know.
And I'm still getting help. Yeah.
If we quit being ashamed of the shame, like why are we ashamed that we were damn hurting and we did something stupid? Guess what I didn't do? A gang of stuff. I hurt myself. And a lot of people in addiction have that situation. They didn't hurt anybody. They hurt themselves. But you know, they might have been robbing to get the addiction fed. Right. But, you know, for the most part, they were really hurting themselves.
Of course, man.
You know.
You know why, man? Because you think about people like when Kirk Franklin came out, said he had a pornography problem. How many dudes you know that don't have a pornography problem? It's probably 90-some%. It's probably 90.9%.
99 points.
I'm telling you, it's so high. But you hear people talk about it, man.
Do not.
They get on them. They get on them. They get on them. You know what I'm saying? The same way with my guy, my man, I can't remember his name. The guy that be always got his shirt off. I can't remember his name, man, right now.
I definitely ain't gonna remember his name.
Terry Crews.
Okay.
Terry Crews. You know, Terry Crews always on there taking the shirt off. But you know what I'm saying? But he said something about it, man. And people, what happened a lot of times, it's a lot of hate, man, because these people are successful and they out there. And so when a person like that and they tear them down, man, it's the same way when a lady comes out and says she's been raped. You know what I'm saying? And so we a lot of times we sacrifice, man, those persons who coming out and trying to come in and do that thing. And it's sad, man.
Well, maybe. Yeah. And this is me being me again with my audit and kind of personality, which I am going to be reading to everybody later, the results of the audit. Okay. That's a whole nother show. Yeah. But
I don't know you have results, man. Okay.
Yeah, I got results, man. I don't just curse out the world. I give them their results.
That is funny, man. That's funny. I like that, the results of the audit.
Like the tax audit. It's an audit. That's what it is. It's just spelled different.
Man, that's cool. Okay, go ahead, man.
It's the actual audit.
Go ahead. Tell me your audit thing. Go ahead.
Yeah. What was I talking about?
You were saying that with your audit voice, you were saying about the people who came out and said that the pornography or the lady said she wasn't raped.
That's right. The celebrity thing you mentioned, like they tear them down. Yeah. First off, we care too much about celebrities. Let me just put that out there. Yeah. First off, that would be number one. Right. If a celebrity came out and said they were doing blah, 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 and they got torn down, yes, that's terrible. Yeah. But we hold them up way too high anyway. See, I need teachers.
So what is that called? That's idol worship.
That's called idol worshiping, right? Which nobody seems to remember. Yeah. They even got a damn show called American Idol. So it's almost like the people fail to recognize that the devil is like, look, let me put these things right here in front of you because that's what I have to do. It's a part of spiritual warfare. Spiritual law is I have to tell you I am going to do this to you before I do it. So it won't be a problem. You know, you not saying anything gives me permission.
Legal rights, huh?
So when those men decided, you know what, we're going to go in here and take women's rights. Nobody did enough. I don't care about what you think you saw on the internet. Those are paid people, and those are the things that they give us so that we don't do anything. So imagine this. This is the way I see it. Because if I own the media, this is what I would do. Okay. Because I would be an evil genius. Damn it, if you're an evil genius, be an evil genius. So I got the media. You ain't marched nowhere. I ain't marched but once my whole life. And it wasn't in March. I went and did a standby. I didn't do no marching because I don't like marching. The president man do that. So none of the people I know marched anywhere. So the people you seeing on TV are paid actors. That's what I think. They paid actors. I was in North Carolina and I saw this lady on the news. She was a nurse during the Trump rally 2020. And I was across the country then doing Project Humanity stuff as I was delivering loads. Dude, this same lady was on the news in Boise, Idaho.
Wow.
Talking about the nurses' strike. But I'm like, different clothes, but now you're in Boise's news. You're not in the North Carolina news 2 weeks ago. Told you that good memory is something else. So I'm like, what's going on here? So she's either the touring nurse on strike, because she didn't say she was with the nurses union or nothing. She was like, I work at the hospital here and I'm blah, 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 and we just tired of this, so and so. So I'm like, if they keep showing us people doing what we know needs to be done, if they keep showing us people fighting for the things we're fighting for, but they're in a studio. They're not out there doing anything. They doing it from a studio. We feel comfortable with the protest. And guess what? Ain't nobody protesting. You ain't protesting. You ain't protested. You ain't did nothing. You ain't went nowhere. You don't know nobody who went nowhere. You ain't got no call for none of these polls they talking about, from the presidential poll to the they polling us. The Democrats said this. The Republicans said this. Have you ever did a poll? Not nan. I don't know nobody who did a poll. So who's doing these polls that tell us what the American people believe? So what they done told us is a small group of the people control all the media, all the information, all the technology, and somehow we believe that the majority of people feel the way we see it on TV. We crazy.
Now you are audited down now, so we don't went all the way down to audit. The audit, what you call
that was that
rabbit hole. They're all the rabbit hole. And like I said, man, that's some good information. Like I said, I got some stuff I could talk to you about. I might have come on the audit one day.
That might have been.
Hey, I might have gone to audit one day and talk audit stuff with you, man.
Well, the audit is over now. We got the perspective now.
Okay, we're going to get the perspective,
which
man.
is the follow up.
Okay,
which
audit. We're going to have to talk about that, man, because, see, those are some things, man, and like I said, that's some interesting information, because there's a lot of different things about that. But I think we went past our thing, and so ain't nothing wrong with it. We got to rewind, go back around.
Yeah, let's rewind here.
Because we were talking about, I think you got excited when we were talking about the fact about people coming out and saying things and not being able to say it, because that's stigma, man. And I think it was a stigma.
Yes,
I think the stigma and the celebrities and people coming out. And what you're saying, kind of what I feel, is that we need more just regular, ordinary people doing it as well, because
that's exactly what I was saying.
That way people feel more of a different connection to them.
I went way into
you did. It's all right, man.
That was not even close.
You went down the blackest black hole. Black is that stuff behind you, man, to that black hole. But it's okay. That's what you do on your thing, man. But, I'm just saying, come on out, man. Let's get back to
let's get back to the point. Yeah.
Because we still hurting, man.
Yeah,
what we're talking about was a success rate. And I think that's what really hurts me bad, Pertis, man, is that the death, man. It's so many of our, I think in going on like 8 years of where I've been at doing the mental health job by doing addiction, man, we lost like 50, we had like 58 people died.
Wow.
And that is terrible. That's in Vicksburg, Mississippi. So you imagine what it is in Jackson, what it is in Mississippi, what it is in these big cities, man, because addiction is killing people. People are not dealing with it, man. And I always tell people 2 are better than 1. So if you think you're dealing with addiction by yourself, because the drugs are stronger, man. The drugs are stronger. They're more powerful. And the biggest thing is always alcohol. People forget about it because guess what?
Man.
Opioid money, because guess what? I can get alcohol anywhere.
And it's so legal.
It's cheap, man. It's cheap. I can get
advertised on TV.
It's in every store. It's in Dollar General. It's everywhere, man.
It's not after 9:00 p.m. on the red, because see,
Yeah.
if you look at this from a biblical standpoint, and we're gonna get back to addressing like I said, the reason I don't think celebrities should be the ones we talking about all the time. It's not that I don't like entertainment. I love it just like everybody else. I'm just saying teachers should make more money than entertainers. I think we should have a standard of learning and growth. We know these are big old computers up here in the top of our skulls. We know the potential that humanity has. Why aren't we even attempting to use it is my question, compared to let me see how I'm gonna dunk this, man. I'm gonna go catch this ball. Oh, I'm the fastest. Listen to me sing.
Yeah.
Watch me act. And see, we didn't get to the point that we didn't love the actors and stuff so much. They are politicians now. Remember, Ronald Reagan set the tone for acting.
Yeah.
Back in the days before he was a politician. He set the tone for acting. Then he came up in here and set the tone for how to talk on the TV and get the people to believe everything you say. Tear that wall down as I lower the taxes for the rich.
Kidnapping. He is kidnapping. The perspective has been help everyone. The perspective.
But again, though, isn't a part of mental health accepting the truth?
You know what, man? It is, man.
Knowing it.
But I think it is. I think we need to know the truth, and I think we need to speak it all the time, man. I think we always have to go to a point where we're dealing with it. But we got to fix ourselves, man. It's a lot of, and that's one of the reasons we got to work on our mental health, is because guess what?
Fix yourself.
If I'm fixed, then I can guess what? I got a clear head and my mind is clear, and we can talk about all the good stuff on the perspective, man. But we got to get straight first, because I got to fix ourselves.
I like that.
We got to get ourselves fixed. Not saying we fix ourselves, but we do, because in counseling, man, you are the expert on yourself. You are the expert. We work together with you.
I typed something down about fixing yourself. Let me go get that.
Well, you're the expert. Like when I go in and I see a counselor, the counselor's not the expert. You're the expert. We work together to form a plan, man, to get you some, to get you some help, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
So fixing ourselves. Now I'm glad I started doing this. I keep notes now instead of forgetting everything every 15 minutes.
Right.
All right. So the human condition is disorder. I mean, the human condition is order. They don't like it, which is heaven's first law, order. Things being in order. There is a order to everything, planets, numbers, and our thing is, we don't want to have somebody tell us we wrong or out of line, And so when I was saying we can't fix ourselves without truth, what I'm really saying is, nobody's telling these people they wrong. Yeah. Everybody's letting it slide.
Why do you think so?
Because everybody got a trophy. No child was left behind. Ebonics became a real thing. It's because at some point, even though we can sit here all day and say, they took over the country and all this. Well, guess what? That's this current situation at hand. So we need to learn how to address these situations with the current language present. Now, if we were in China, I need you speaking Chinese. You in somewhere else, you can speak something else. But when you're here, you need to speak English. I don't think Ebonics was on that damn list. So when they started allowing us to not have to try, see, that's the crippling part, is when I don't have to try. I get weaker and sorrier. And for humanity to get weaker and sorrier, then you allow the louder and dumber to take over. Because what bothers me about this fix yourself thing, and instead of fixing everybody else, is I'm over here fixing myself in quiet and not addressing these damn problems. See, I'm over here saying, it's wisdom in silence.
Who said that, man? That's kind of wow. Yeah.
Somebody stupid.
Yeah.
Because guess what? There is wisdom and guidance.
Yeah, that's true.
See, you can say there's a two-sided thing to everything. See, a lot of people forget that. There's a turn the other cheek when they hit you. There's also a time to kill somebody too. It say that too, don't it? So now, when we don't address that there's two sides and in the center there's a balance, what that lady said in that book, we forget to be empathetic. Because how can you have empathy if you allow someone to do something wrong, which you know will take them to hell? That's not empathy.
That's not caring. I mean, well, it's not love. It's not real love.
It's not love at all.
See, real love is also judgment, man. Real love is telling you the truth. And a lot of times people don't want to hear it. And one of the reasons I was going to say what was the thing is that people, they don't want to tell the truth to people no more.
So how can you heal? I ain't mean to cut you off. But how can you heal
you don't know the
yourself if you allowing lies around you?
But there's a doctor. I'm saying you have to do it, man. And I think that's the thing. We have to, because I'm saying fix myself. I got to fix myself if I have a wrong way of looking at things. That's fixing myself. I got to hold myself accountable. If I'm talking about my weight and I'm blaming the doggone McDonald's company, yes, the McDonald's company needs to stop putting that stuff, but I also need to stop eating McDonald's. I need to stop eating McDonald's as much. I can't just say, well, yes, they need to get all that stuff out of their food, but also I need to have some self-control.
You're right.
You know, we need to tell our kids the truth. I told my kids when they was growing up, I said, yes, y'all can sing, but you're not going to go on American Idol and win. That's the truth. I love you. You can sing really well, but in American Idol, them people can sing better than you. My kids will never be on a show, you know what I'm saying, on American Idol if they can't sing. Because Daddy have already told me that. So if they go now, it's because they decided Daddy's lying.
But what if you put them through some singing lessons, Daddy? He said,
just like I always tell, I said it's good, but I always remember the thing on the Motown special. He said, is it good? Would you use, if you had your last $5, would you buy a burger or would you buy that record? I'm like, son, I buy a burger. You know what I'm saying? So it's the truth, man. As
your friend and you my therapist,
I'm
gonna say there's auto tunes now, and I'm not gonna support that. I'm gonna take back. I'm gonna pull down. I'm gonna say this, but then I'm gonna pull back on it. I'm gonna say it, but then I'm gonna pull back because I don't agree with it because I think that real artists, it used to be a real job, like a real art, something you had to train for, and you had to get out in front of the church. Most people started in church or something, and you had to earn that stage. That microphone, you had to earn it. It wasn't an auto-tune situation. Whitney Houston would put you off the stage. Mariah Carey would destroy you. Luther's and you know, hey, we can go up to the Neos and the Carrie Hilsons and stuff. You know, these are singers, non-auto-tuned. So
it's a difference now. American Idol. See, the reason I said American Idol, and I'm not saying my kids couldn't be successful in entertainment. But I'm talking about something where you have to be raw vocal ability.
And see, that's the thing. You keeping them back from just entertaining.
Now, if you want to entertain, no, I never said that. Then you can be an entertainer all day because you can use auto-tune. You can the way the society is now. But I'm saying if I'm going on a show that's based straightly on my vocal ability, there's people who can sing better than you. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm talking about being able to go. It's like me. I'm a pretty good artist. But when you start taking all the visual stuff in, and I can't be AI. I'm not the same as that. But you have to know your strengths and your weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn that, man. And so, that was just an example. I'm not telling
I feel you. But I was also telling somebody else this because I noticed this happens around people that I seem to associate with. Is y'all don't know how good you are at what you do.
Wow.
And you talk I'm not that good thing because your graphics way better than mine. I'm like, the stuff you did look better than some of the people.
Are you referring to me, man?
Yeah, because we paid people to do some graphics.
We talking
at a place.
We're not even supposed to be talking about me.
I know that, but I'm just saying. I'm not talking about you in general.
I'm just joking with you, man.
But I'm just saying, though.
Trying to give me back, man. That's all right.
Because this is your show, though.
I got you, man.
But I'm just saying.
Yeah, for example,
we sometimes limit how we see ourselves. I'm gonna say.
I think so. You're right.
It's like you don't know how good I think you are at what you're doing. You know.
So we had to tell each other.
Yeah, and that's what I told. That's what we talk
about. And I think, especially with men, man, we talk about that. Get back to our men thing is that a lot of times men don't give each other pat. Man, we need that. We need another brother to say, hey, man, hey, you good at that. I don't care what you think about yourself. Hey, man, you're doing a good job. Just like I tell you when I first got on here, I said, man, you have a natural talent for this. You're good at that. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't think you are, you do. You know what I'm saying? And so I think we need that, man, because
forced to do it.
Yeah, hey, but sometimes, guess what? That's when it's what they say, the invention, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to force to. That's how a lot of inventions came about because guess what? If I got to do this cotton, man, I'm going to find a way to get these seeds out of these cotton.
So gin it is.
So, gin, like you said, gin.
So,
you know what I'm saying? So it's that way, man. Sometimes we're forced into our calling.
But again,
You know what I'm saying?
and I'm truly understanding the forced into the calling part. And that's why I try to remind people how good I know they work is. Like to tell you, look, dude, your graphics were smooth.
Yeah.
They were fire. We paid somebody and their graphics wasn't that good. And like I told Lisa, I'm like, girl, you not a graphic designer.
Wow.
Who says you not?
Wow.
Your graphics are better than half the people I've seen.
Wow, yeah.
Now, if you using the cheaper free software to do
Wow,
it.
yeah.
So imagine if you took and imagine if that was just what you do.
Wow.
You know,
What
and
you
you're
do.
not doing you're not doing nothing else but that.
Yeah.
You're not trying to do 7 things.
Right.
You just trying to do that one thing.
Right.
So that's what I look at when I'm looking at it. I'm like, you do something else.
So that sounds like a mentor. That sounds like a counselor. What you doing? That you told me you weren't, right?
Because I'm not a counselor.
But that's what you're doing.
I
You're
just been to a lot of counseling.
But that's what. But see, like I told you, so you don't understand. That's what I was saying. And so a lot of times, the same way we talking about, you don't know what you have in you. And encouraging is a counselor, man. That's what a counselor is, man. He's an encourager. He encourages you. He sees things. He's aware. And I'm not saying you don't have to have a degree to do that. It's somebody who offers counsel, man. Somebody who offers wisdom. Somebody who sees things from a different perspective. That's what a counselor does. Another set of eyes.
From a different perspective is what you say.
Perspective, man. Yeah. And I think we lose that, man, because the same thing you said is that we don't understand that we had that, because if we are in the image of God. God is all these things. God is an artist, man. He's a creator. He does all these different things that he is. And so
I got one for you.
Yeah.
Or if it was like, what if we in the image of God? I heard you say that, or something similar to
Right.
it. So recent learning, and we're gonna get ready to, because I'm watching the time, and I see you watching.
No, I had to make sure, man. I
what
have
time
a lot
you
of stuff
gotta
going.
go?
Oh, I'm all right. I'm good.
How much more? Because we can run this one as long as we want
Yeah,
to.
we good, man. We good.
Okay,
Yeah, we
let
good.
me know.
Yeah, we good.
So, image of God. This lady in the book again, this book I'm studying, was talking about.
Tell them what the book is, man, since you keep referring to it.
the book is.
She need to give you
the
a little-
little blue book. Sanchez is the last name. I have to look it up.
So if you wanna give Pertis, send Pertis something from not
look it
throwing
up.
your book out there.
We got phone. We can look this stuff up now.
perspective,
Yeah. So in that book, she was talking about made in the image of God, and she said a lot of people get it messed up.
Okay.
And of course, I already told people they get it messed up. Little bitty, little blue book. Connie Mendez, wasn't Sanchez. I was wrong.
Okay.
Connie Mendez. The little blue book. It's about spiritual law.
Okay.
So you find that one. Then there's a metaphysics for everyone. But in the book, so image of God. This made so much sense. I gave the analogy. You're a leaf on the tree.
Okay.
Here for a season.
Okay.
Okay. What she said was, you're a drop in the ocean.
Okay.
So imagine God as the ocean. And a drop of the ocean contains everything the ocean does down to the molecules.
Wow.
All the same elements. Same thing. That drop is the ocean. It is not the ocean, but that drop has everything that the ocean has. And I added my little 2 cents. Easily evaporated because
Well, that
evaporation takes
that
place.
keeps you humble, man. I think that's the part that we don't forget. The same thing, we have all this thing in us, but it's also, it can be gone. And the Bible talk about this. The Bible say life is like a vapor, and it says also that life is like
What? It say like a vapor?
A vapor. And you think about vapor, you think about, I grew up with these kettles. When the kettle go, what's what happened? Guess what happened? It's gone, man. Our life is like that. Then it also said life is like dew. So guess what? If you sleep in and it's a sunny day, that dew gone in the morning, right?
That's true.
Dew is just that quick, man.
That is.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to also understand we limited, man. We limited on time. We limited on our thing. We limited on our experiences. So if we don't share, if we don't, speak into people's lives, man, then when our life is gone, man, what did we really even leave anything here? And that's why I refuse, man. That's why I got out of the casino entertainment business and stuff like that, because I wanted to build something that was going to last, man. I was a builder of my body for years. For 30 years, man, I did bodybuilding. That's what I did. That was my life. You know what I'm saying? But what happened is when our life changed, man, I had my spiritual change. I started wanting to build other bodies. I want to build people, build bodies, mentally, man, and spiritually, man, and encourage, give people the things I didn't have. And that's why this is a call for me. I enjoy doing it because it's a need, man. And it's a need, most definitely, like, it's a need for men, not just, black men, me for men, period. White men, Asian men, Chinese men, there's a need for the different countries, cultures, man, different folk. We need it, man. Mental health.
Definitely.
And it's just a need, man. It's a need to talk about real stuff, to talk about, hey, we are varied. We are not just what our culture say we are. We're a lot of stuff, man. We're multifaceted, man. We need to embrace those things, man.
And to get back into something serious, because we got to have a serious one. Yeah. And you remember I was telling you about the elders thing,
right?
Let's back up.
Let's go back all the way to the front of it, man. Yeah.
Like I said, it expanded past elders. Mm-hmm. It went to everybody who's needing to hear it again.
Yeah.
And something you just mentioned, your calling to do the show. To come here and do this, to create the studio, to have the space to do this. Mm-hmm. I don't like telling people over and over again. Mm-hmm. So guess what? There's a lot of things I've only said once or twice.
Yeah.
And okay, we never did talk about the dog, did we?
No, we didn't talk about the dog.
So we want to talk about the dog.
Okay. But go on, finish the elder part, then we'll talk about the dog. Tell me. So when we leave out, at least we know exactly what we're talking about on the dog.
Right.
Okay. Then
So, you good point. Let's keep it on that. So that learning that people need to hear things over and over again is not so much a weakness for them. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like me reading a book 70 times. Mm-hmm. It's because every time I read it, I see something I missed, or I expand on the thought, or I examine it different. Like, this didn't say that the last time, and I know I read these words. And that constant repetition of that same knowledge changes my perspective on what I thought.
It's revelation, man. You get a different revelation every time you read.
Yeah.
It's a deeper revelation, yeah.
And so when people tell me I read so many books, I sit there and say, but did you understand them?
Did you chew on it?
Did you
chew on it? Did you do like a cow? Did you keep the nutrients over and over again? Did you go were you able to break it down further? Because you can use it. And that's what it's about. It's about, did you get a tool out of this thing? Did you get something that you can utilize in your daily life? Mm-hmm. That's what it's about, man. You can read a book 100 times. It's like people, I read the Bible 90 times. I was like, do you apply any of those things? Do you use it? You know what I'm saying? Having a lot of what does your walk look like? That's what I tell people.
Most people is not using what they read.
Yeah, it's nothing wrong. So what is it? It's just information. You say that time. Do you use what you have? Oh man, I've tried 1,000 hammers, man. So, but you still got that place there with all the nails. You never used it though. Your house is still falling down. You know how to use a hammer. You know where it's made at. You know what I'm 1,000 nails, man. You ain't never used it. And so, what is the purpose of it, man? So, what we learning from this is that hey, we need to honor, man, the people that are above us because they need it, and it's empathy. It's that, like you were saying before, a lot of times they want to be relevant, man. They want to feel like they're there, and then empathy is that how would I feel, man, if somebody they want to talk to me and help me, and I need this help. And this person, and these are people that I raised, I invested in, and they need me. Or have you ever felt like somebody didn't want you, or that you felt dumb, or you felt like you weren't appreciated, and you feel
that's a
hard that hurts.
And I'm glad you went there because that's what we need. That's what I don't know how I'm kind of like skipping through that, like skipping over that part because what if that was you? Yeah, what if that was you? Yeah, and you've been sitting here all damn day watching TV, and all you really need is 5-10 minutes of repeated conversation. Yeah, and your ass is too busy to do that. Mm-hmm. Like I said, when I watched that video, I cried. It was like, holy moly. How many times, how many people, whether it was an older person or young, whether when you know their situation, it's to know the situation. Right. So older people aren't the only ones who have limited lives.
Yes, man.
It's people who've been handicapped.
Right.
People who are just abandoned by society, so to speak. Yeah, man. Some people are just those loners. Oh, yeah. And we seem to find time to pat ourselves on the back for some things whether we and we forget we need to be kicked in our ass for
You need more.
stuff,
You need more.
you know.
Yeah.
So
What do you think you get? You think you get ice cream and sprinkles? I told people, I said, doing the basic is ice cream. You don't get no sprinkles for doing what you're supposed to do.
Right.
I talked to a guy one time, man, one of my clients, and he was saying that, and I asked him, I said, man, what keeps you in your addiction every day? He said, man, he had some physical challenges in his body, man, his arms and stuff like that. He said, man, every day I have to walk up in this body, man, that don't work. And I was like, man, he just like killed my heart, man. I was like, dude. You know, and every day the only thing he could do, man, was take drugs to, you know, to kind of numb himself from that thing. And you know what I told him? I said, man, you look like God, man. I said, everybody here is built in his image. It don't matter how your body is. I said, it's the inside part of you, man, that look like God, man. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes you need that. And he was talking and he wanted to go on through. I said, no, man. You know, I tell him I care about him. I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, you don't think about it. What if you had to get up, man, and your body didn't work? But inside your spirit, man, you wanna go and do these other things, man, but you limit it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, man? And so that's empathy. It's like, man, how would I feel every day? So I can say it, but guess what? I can walk on off and get in there and do that. But until you get to that point, guess what? We all got a date with that age. We got a date with, hey, 7, 8, if we tarry, you know what I'm saying? God's tarry, we have a date with that age, and guess what? One day I won't want somebody to have to explain to me how to use this virtual TV they got now.
And that is a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
It was like, bruh, I sat and paused and was like, wow, look at you, Mr. Project Humanity, Mr. Elder Care, Mr. Build the Bridge guy.
Yeah.
You so busy that you not recognizing that you're a part of the neglect yourself. I'm being honest, you know, hurtful, but you know, I'm talking about took immediate actions, sir. Took the day off. You know, like, mama, what you want to do today?
Yeah.
Let's go somewhere. You want to go to the casino?
Yeah.
She ain't got no money. I got some money for you. Let's go. Let's go. She inviting company and stuff, but I'm like,
It don't matter, man.
yeah.
Cause you forget it, man. And guess what?
Bruh,
one day,
some time.
one day, mama gonna be gone. You know what? Sometimes, man,
You
when I
know?
talk to, you talk to your mom on the phone, and you be like, you know, she call you. But I was like, you know, it came to my mind one day. Hey, one day she ain't gonna be on the end of that phone no more.
Right.
And dude, I could have. Whatever I got on is not as important.
It
as
ain't
that,
no
man.
more, man.
Yeah.
What you want to do today? You know, that's why I said today. I was gonna stay up here, and you know, I'm happy. I'm excited. Everything's working great.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, I'm finna go. Go see what mama doing. What you doing there?
Yeah.
I didn't spend enough time up here every day, day and night, leaving at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm finna go home. What you want to do today? You want to go kick it, throw some gear? The time, like you said, I don't want to have those regrets. So I'm gonna put that change into place immediately. When I learn something new, I like to say, okay, this is better than what I've been doing.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and do this.
Implement it, man.
You know, go ahead and implement that.
Yeah.
Now I ain't finna say that helps on every little thing.
Yeah.
But for the big things that are important,
I
like to say
it's a start. Man.
I can switch gears quick.
Right. Yeah.
So that one touched me. It even touched me by my boy though. You know, he and I having that little situation.
Yeah.
But it was like, damn though, because that opened so many other windows of conversation for me. It wasn't just about that one thing.
Right.
You know, it wasn't so much about that one thing anymore, about the repeating themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, what else am I missing?
Yeah.
You know, if I miss that, damn.
Yeah.
What else you miss?
Yeah.
What else are you missing about your greater generation? What else are you not noticing?
Yeah.
You know, you got these plans, but there's more that you haven't released yet too.
Right.
But what else dynamically important are you missing if you miss something that important?
Right.
So when I saw that video, dude, it was like, thank you, God, for that blessing. I needed. I really needed that to humble me, change me, refocus my direction.
Right.
And like I was telling Lisa, I have a whole lot of plans for the studio, but my main focus is the mental health.
Right.
That is the main focus. We have to protect our elders. Like you said just a second ago, this is why I started talking. Somebody's going to I'm going to need to know something about technology in the future.
Yeah.
Just because I'm good now.
Yeah.
one day they may bring out something and I don't know how to use it. I'm going to need some help.
Right.
We need to be providing that to our elders right now.
Right.
That's why I had this elder care, this mission. So they don't know how to do payments online. They don't know how to do these, all your bills is credit card now.
Yeah.
Man, if we can't see that the government is allowing this to happen, and yet it creates a job opportunity for y'all. These people are self-focused right now. They're not thinking about the elders, which is the job opportunity. But that's such a big task. It's governmentally big. You have to protect them from these robocalls. You got to protect them from these bank drafts.
Yes, you do.
These companies, you got to put us on auto pay.
And they will come and go at your parents. This guy came and told my mom. I think she ended up calling the wrong. And it's so crazy how it is that I remember they set up a number. Is like a number she called for her doctor, but the number for the robocall was like one number off. So if her number was 555, it was like 556 or 554. So when she called it, they knew that's what those older people was going to call. They visited her house, man, and signed her up for this program, man, and was drafting money out of her check. You know what I'm saying? And then they nice to them, and they give them what they need. They come in, and they treat them like they love them. But soon, all their whole purpose is just to get that money from them, man. And it's so sad. Mama said, but the guy was so nice.
Dude.
And I was like, that's the whole purpose, man. And you don't realize that they prey on older people, man. Oh, they prey on them, man. They prey. I know so many people I've talked to that their parents have been preyed on by people or calling them or trying to get them some kind of infection. And guess what? Because we're living our life and leaving, and our parents are getting ate up, man.
Man, dude.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. And I know it's a rabbit hole, but that's a good one, though.
Yeah, but
that's a good one.
It's
good. It's a good one, man.
We gotta do something.
Yeah, and you have to pay. I told my mom, I said, when you're doing something, call me on the telephone. Don't sign any paper. Say I got to talk to my son.
I took.
And guess what? They'll hang up the phone.
Yeah, man, bro. I told my mama,
hey, call me.
That's a part of your life you ain't got to worry about no more, mama.
Call
you
me,
ain't got to pay a bill. Hey, here's a card. Go do you.
Yeah.
I got this.
Yes,
if somebody call you and you don't know them, tell them, hold on, call me.
Call your son.
Call my son.
Yes.
And they, like you said, they hang up quick.
Yes.
They don't want to talk to you. They see somebody cares about them.
So at a nursing home, if your mama in a nursing home, she's gonna get taken advantage of. Guess what? Unless you're there, if you show up, everything changes, and you have to be available. Same way with your kids, man. It's the same way. If I'm not available for my child, they're going to take advantage. I told my son, he's getting ready to get a car. Hey, we're going to go with you. I know that you're grown now, but guess what? I need to go with you.
Yeah, they're going to whoop you. Yeah. They're going to super whoop you.
Yeah, we're going to take $5,000 and put $5,000 at the end of it. You know what I'm saying?
And he said, and take $5,000 at the end because they know it's not.
It's the same way, man. And we have to, like we said, I talked to a guy the other day, man. I said, he's a guy been in all these different things. And I was like, he was talking about he's a leader and he's the head. And I said, man, but you also got to lead in everything. It's not just about you leading your house and saying, oh, I'm the man. I said, no, you're supposed to lead in compassion. You're supposed to lead in restoration. Right. You're supposed to lead in everything. And apologies. You lead in everything. I said, do you lead in all that? Or you just want to be the man of the house?
Oh, hey, you got
to lead in all that stuff, man.
I'm going to need you to rewind that right there for a second. The lead, sir. Now that hey, I'm gonna have to address that one right there. I like that right there because I don't think anybody has ever really mentioned it in such a way to where it's like taking the lead. A man want to lead. He want to be the leader. Yeah. He want to be the head of the family.
Right.
I think you just kind of gave me one that we're gonna have to do another show on this one.
True,
but
man.
You just said, are you leading in apologies?
Yes.
Are you leading?
Yeah, in the workplace. Are you leading? Are you leading in providing?
But I just want to go back to that. Are you leading in apologies?
Yes, you're supposed to.
Because it sounds like you saying that he's supposed to be leading everything
man.
that happens.
Yes, compassion.
Are you leading in cleaning up?
Yeah, are you leading?
Is he supposed to be leading in cooking?
He's leading everything.
He's supposed to be leading in cleaning?
He's leading everything. And even if she's supposed to be
leading in the ironing?
Leading in the roles. Whatever the roles are, you're leading. You're leading. If you're going to be the head.
And if you can assist me.
If I'm the head, I'm the head of my job. Guess what?
Fantastic.
I'm the head of every department.
Okay.
So guess what? I lead in every department that I work in my job. I'm over like 4 or 5 departments where I work in. I'm the head of all of them.
Okay.
So guess what? When I come in, I set the tone. So guess what?
You do?
If I tell my boss, I'll tell my front office person I have in, if she talks to my people crazy and she see me talk crazy, I'm leading that. So guess what? I lead in compassion. I lead in care. I lead in how we treat the clients. And guess what? They can't say, well, Warner does that. No, they say, well, Warner is in love. Warner leads in love. He's a servant leader. He served the people he leads. So guess what? They do that. You know, I tell them, this is the tone for this place we work at.
Okay.
I say the tone in my house, man, the same way. This is how we do things in our house. I told my son, I said, son, when my phone rings, I said, you can answer my phone. Your brother can answer my phone. Your mama can answer my phone. I said, this is how I want you to be able to be. I said, you don't hear daddy saying no baby, no babe, no nothing like that. I said, I want you to be able to be the same way so your phone can ring anytime and anybody can answer your phone. I lead in that and show him that example. Yeah. I don't say because you lead. It's more than just saying, hey, I'm the head of my house, break down. That's my opinion. That's my normal now. But if you lead, man, you lead in everything.
I agree with that.
It's a standard, man. It's a standard.
I attempted that. And I say, because, you know, this is therapy kind of stuff.
Yeah, gotcha.
I think I started out great, started out wonderful. And again, drinking, I think, affected the leadership ability and respect for leadership. You know, when you're a good leader in your sobriety, and then you fall down in front of children, they don't forget that.
They see it, man.
You know, they don't forget you fell down, and you spend a lot of time fighting to get back up there to that level of respect. So I'll take that hit for sure, and say it was a fight to get back.
Right.
I don't think they were non-forgiving. I think they were more forgiving.
Right.
Than I like to give them credit for.
Yeah.
However, I'll say you forgive. And you don't even bring it up, but it's not like it's forgotten.
The memory's there.
Yeah, it's
even if it's in the back of the mind, it's there.
It's a way back. Right. So you know,
well, it's a memory. We have a tendency to make memories.
You gotta be real careful with what you do and how you do it.
You think about it, man. We do more than what we see. We do what we see, man. We don't do what we say. We hear people say, well, do what I say, not what I do. No, you're going to do what you do because guess what? It's such a prominent role as a dad. I tell people, I say, you have to really be careful as a dad or a mom. You're the superheroes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you see them, they're going to want to be like you. You, my dad, and me and I have a good relationship. My dad was smart, real smart, man, known for being real intelligent. And my dad could throw baseball with his left and right. All the stuff he could do, man, I tried to do it. Even though I didn't even really, because he still was my dad, man. I still wanted to do that thing. You know what I'm saying? The same with little girls, man. Their mama was a certain way. They want to be there. You hear little girls and their mouth is smart. A lot of times they talk like this, or they mom talk like that, man. That's what they saw, and they thought this is what a woman's supposed to do. The same way, guess what? If, bringing it back to like a relationship, if my dad beat my mom, he jumped on my mama, he beat her up, and I said, Mama, why you let dad hurt you? Because, baby, he loved me. And so in my mind, regardless if I think it's wrong, when somebody love you, they can hurt you. And I see that. And I don't say, no, baby, don't never let nobody hit you. Well, Mama, why you stay? Oh, I just stay. And so I have to really understand that, guess what? It's still in that child's mind. Even if they know it's wrong, they still think, well, you know, Mama did that or Daddy did that. And that was okay. And so if you say, hey, Mama, Daddy, something happened, but Daddy's going to. Now, if I explain and say, hey, your daddy is a good man, he got some problems, we working on that, and I'm going to stay because of that, that's different. I'm not giving them mixed signals.
Right.
But if I just leave it as the fact that I love, because, you know, we believe in working on relationships. I'm not saying leave the house. I'm saying, but we got to be clear. And our kids, you know, we give them enough information for them to learn, man, for them to know. You know what I'm saying? My mama never talked with dad about my dad in my life. No matter what he did, she never said nothing about him mad, man. She let us make our own decisions based on what we saw.
Well, that is,
and I think that was a great thing, man.
It's not a normal thing.
Yeah, she did, man.
It's
she did.
Normal.
She said, I never talk about your dad in front of y'all. Y'all have to, you know, she said, because guess what? Our relationship different.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
our relationship different, man.
Right.
But anyway, I guess when we kind of getting over the end, man, so I can, you know, I sit and talk to you all day, man, but I got to go do the counseling thing some more. Yeah, man.
Man,
so,
I'm very happy about this show. It even looks good over here to me on this side. So
great, man.
I'm learning, you know, to slow down, try to do a little bit less than the most. I'm over here thinking, like I said, I'm over here thinking I'm up in corporate America trying to run a computer that they got hooked to a server, and we up here just shooting out terabytes of speed, and I can have 20 camera shots, and now, but you know, to kind of calm it down and really, you know, just kind of focus on the content.
Yeah.
I mean, well, I don't like the word much. focus on the message. Let me
Yeah.
say the message.
Yeah.
Focus on the message and not so much on the so many different.
Right.
Let's focus on that message. Everything worked out real good. But again, your show.
Yeah.
We're going to need people. Call in,
Right.
send some emails.
Right.
We're going to create the email address this week.
Okay.
So that people can start emailing in to be a guest on the show. You know,
Yes.
I'll take the side over here and just push buttons while you guys get some counseling and talk to Mr. Buxton about what's going on in your life. So we want to definitely try to get that done this week so that people can start coming in.
Get this free care, man. It's very expensive, to see a therapist sometimes, like especially on a private industry,
Right.
they get high up there, man. But like I said, you can go through your community mental health, but you're not going to see them as much. So if you can get some information and get in and you don't mind coming in and the price you pay is coming on. They see your beautiful face, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
it.
A handsome face or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And talk about some real stuff, man. Some from mental health to relationship to addiction, and get some resources. It's about resources like we talked about before, getting those resources.
Now, before we have to get out of here, and I know we're going to hurry it up.
Right.
You just brought up addiction and mental health again, and I still want to send a shout out to my people over in the AAs and the NAs.
A9.
And you know what I'm saying, all those anonymous
Al-Non,
groups.
right.
Y'all, if y'all look at the world right now, we're in a situation where that hiding ain't necessary no more. It's we're kind of getting past them being ashamed.
Yeah.
Or shamefully talking about you or trying to tear you down for having a problem. I think we're moving past that.
You want to get less anonymous now.
I need you less anonymous.
Because we need you, man. We need you. Like Pertis saying is that the need is great, man. And it's getting worse, man. It's not getting better. We need you to come out, and help us because hey, we need y'all guys. And like I said, like Pertis was saying, we need the alcohol anonymous. We need to get the anonymous now. We need to let people know that you're there because you're superheroes, guys. Like I said, y'all, the whole field of addiction therapy that's the foundation of it. They just got to a point where they put it in schools, but that addiction was founded grassroots. It's in AA and NA, and we still need it. And we need those people, and we need to come out because God, guess what? The stigma is not as high, but the only way it's going to ever change is that we come in and y'all guys come out and start taking hands with each other. And we're not pushing away the clinical people because we need those, but we need to join hands together, guys, and really try to get, and work on this epidemic. You know what I'm saying? And I always tell people in my therapy is that 2 is better than 1. We need as many hands going so we can try to get this thing done.
I can't believe they don't work together.
Yeah, they do, but like I said, we just need more. We just need more. They work together with us. We just need more though.
Okay.
But a lot of time it's just more of it's kind of separate. It's like we do our thing,
and then they do theirs.
We kind of work in collaboration, but not just all the time together.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the same thing I told him at these AA meetings. It's time to get y'all's asses out this closet. We are needing your assistance out here. It is getting bad.
Yeah, it is.
The pills are here now. Yeah. The fentanyl is here now.
Yeah, and the deaths, man. And that's the thing. That is what's bothering me, guys. And nothing else. I'm tired of seeing people die, man. I'm tired of that, man.
Come on, y'all know y'all the best. Yeah. Y'all know y'all the best at this. Y'all the Ace Boom Coombs of therapy.
Yeah, we need
you. The chastising champions of the world.
Yeah.
Because if we could take that technique that they use, dude, bring it out of that closet.
Yeah. Because they need that. They need that.
And put it out here into the world.
Well, that's how you're talking about the sharpening, right? That's the sharpening. That's because people who've been there, they can sharpen a lot better. I can tell y'all how addiction works.
Yeah.
I can tell you how it works in a man. But you can tell me, hey, you just want to go use, bro. You can go out there and say, hey, man, you just trying to find a way to escape. And you're just trying to go out there and drink. And they can tell you that, and guess what? You can say, yeah. So, like, when I talk to me, and I was like, hey, man, you just out there, and you just want to go out there and do stuff, to these girls. I said, that's what it's about. Right. You just out there trying to get, have relations. I'm going to say it in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. And I tell guys all the time, I said, you just greedy, man. Oh, man, I said, no, you greedy. You have a nice person. You greedy. I said, but a man can tell another man that. You greedy, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not content with what you have. You know what I'm saying? So, so anyway, guys, this has been the meal. With my guy Pertis, man, at Godsmack Studios.
And hey, before we go, let them know how. We already kind of talked about we're gonna get them email address.
We're gonna get an email address, and we're gonna try to start having some at the end, guys, some information. For y'all to some crisis centers.
This is the last show we won't have.
Yeah, you're gonna have some crisis information, so you'll know that if you need to call. But if not, going up to this thing now. Every county where you stay has a crisis number. It's a 1-800 number. You can call and they will come to you. It's a 24-hour day crisis. So somebody's suffering through any kind of thing, mental health, addiction, and it's a crisis. And then in the worst case scenario, 911. Let them know what's going on, and you can get some help. Okay, and that's not going to be a charge on those crisis lines. Okay, so most definitely use those guys. So anyway, guys, this is the meal. I hope you enjoyed and come back with us and talk to us again. I've enjoyed it. This has been a great meal. I feel full, feel stuffed. Me and Pertis ate some food. We ate the vegetables, which is the hard part, and then we also had some good dessert as well. But me and Pertis, we're gonna talk again because I definitely want to talk about the dog situation. So we get a chance.
we never
brought him up, man. Like I said, we didn't get a chance to talk to him.
Real quick.
Okay.
Magical dog. So it was storming. Everybody knows the other day. I mean, raining extra hard, like. And so I got up to do my meditation that morning because, I like to open the door when it's raining. But I hadn't done it in a long time, so I just decided to do it that day. So I open the door, I'm in there chilling, and I see it, and I'm like, the wind blowing in the heart. I see a little dog run across the yard. Little bitty dog, and I ignored it because, it ain't my dog. Maybe somebody let it out, pee. Here it came again. Ignored it again. 15 minutes later, here it comes again. And now I'm sitting here studying my metaphysical tapes, and my spiritual law, and it's telling me don't even kill a bug, don't let it out the door. And so I'm sitting here watching the dog running back and forth. So I said, well, let me at least get up and go check and see if the dog is all right. So I got up, go outside, didn't see the dog, looked all around, no dog. I'm feeling good about myself for trying to get up and check. Turn to go back in the house, and the dog is up under my chair, shaking. So, of course, I had to get the dog, put it in the towel, take it in the house. Took it out, stopped raining. I'm out in the front yard. Anybody got a dog? I'm all on Facebook. Post, anybody need a dog? All everywhere. Nobody wants the dog. So I took it to the vet. Hey, is it a chip in the dog? No chip in the dog. And they like, this dog look like it's been homeless and abused and so-and-so, blah, blah. It's real skinny and malnutrition. And I'm like, well, set an appointment for Monday, so if I ain't got no owners, then we're going to fix the dog, I guess.
All right.
How did God send a dog to me in that storm? Like, we're going to talk about that on another show.
Like total, man.
But, yeah, we're gonna definitely talk about that on another show because, man, why?
Yeah. Only Pertis, guys. Only Pertis.
We out.
Have a good one. Cool, man. Let me get out of here, man.